Northwestern football will open the 2024 season with a new play caller. 14 career starts, one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and a knack for slinging the ball. Quarterback Mike Wright. We're live in Las Vegas's Radio Row with less than 24 hours before Super Bowl 58 when the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers will face off for the second time in recent memory. We got the NFL-themed slots behind us getting ready for the big game as Patrick Mahomes will look to secure his third Super Bowl and Brock Purdy and the 49ers will look to secure their first since 1994. Live Golf was determined to find the right course to crown their 2024 individual champion. And you talk about those role players. For the Thunder, besides the youth, it's also been the rebounding. Gafford, Lively, and P.J. Washington being prime examples. They out-rebounded the Thunder 271 to 243 in this six-game series. Summer is nearly here, meaning high school sports are coming to an end. For most professional golfers, this hole may seem easy, but at Bolingbrook Golf Club, hole 15 is just one of the reasons this course is so famed. There's been a lot of talk about new sports facilities in Chicago. Northwestern has a new stadium coming. The Bears recently launched yet another stadium proposal. This one would cost the city billions, but at least it would have a great view of the skyline. And not to be left out, DePaul University has released plans for a new athletic center. I was on campus to learn more. We wrap things up with a boxing tournament, kids boxing. Jasmine Thomas is live with more on this program that uses sports to keep children out of trouble. Another local high school graduate was also drafted to the NFL. This one is headed to Tampa Bay. The Northwestern Wildcats are looking to redeem themselves after a tough season last year. Our King Jemison is live now with that story. Nicholas, let's get right into it. The Bears have one of their most highly anticipated NFL drafts coming up, holding the 1st and 9th overall pick. And of course, after GM Ryan Poles traded away quarterback Justin Fields, he made it pretty evident of what that first pick is going to be. King, Live Golf was determined to find the right course to crown their 2024 individual champion. After a cold February visit to Bolingbrook Golf Club, Live representatives and Bolingbrook's mayor agreed this was the place to do so. When Live Golf tees off on September 13th, Bolingbrook Golf Club is set to make history.
It is a public course, which I think is very unique to Live. I believe this is the first time that they've played a public course. So it's definitely going to bring a lot of visitors into our community.
Even local golfers recognize the significance of this event.
I think the cool thing about Live coming to Bolingbrook is that like anybody can play Bolingbrook. Where some of these other courses, you know, you're not going to be able to get on, like Augusta, for instance.
Alexander Basta anticipates this event will be one of the most successful for the village of Bolingbrook.
Well, I'm looking forward to all the economic impact that it has, as well as the recognition. This is going to be amazing for our hotels, our restaurants, our residents. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for them.
For most professional golfers, this hole may seem easy, but at Bolingbrook Golf Club, hole 15 is just one of the reasons this course is so famed.
Well, I think my favorite hole is the 15th, the Island Green. I mean, you don't get to play a lot of Island Greens in Illinois.
The course in itself is fun. It's energetic. It's got the prairie setting with the tall grass fescue. I can tell you that the course is not as easy and as simple as some people think it is. And until you've actually tried it, don't judge it.
It won't be long until some of golf's best athletes are on the course. In Bolingbrook, for Chicago This Week, I'm Caleb Nixon. Northwestern football will open the 2024 season with a new play caller. 14 career starts, one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and a knack for slinging the ball. Quarterback Mike Wright, what are you looking forward to next season when you get to open up the season with your new teammates?
Yeah, well, I'm just excited to win a bunch of football games and just have fun while doing it. We have an amazing fan base, an amazing student body, so I'm just excited for it.
That excitement starts with new offensive coordinator Zach Lujan, who spent 4 hours with Wright in a film session during his first on-campus visit.
He was one of the first people I've ever seen or ever met who had a smile that was bigger than mine. We hit it off really well. Built that early chemistry early, and so I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Same goes for his wide receivers.
We have electric guys out wide. I'm just excited for them. I mean, we got AJ, BK, Calvin, and we got a lot of young guys coming in, and so I mean, it's making my job easy. All I got to do is just give them the ball and let the playmakers do what they're supposed to do.
ESPN's Adam Rittenberg also points out the playmakers on next year's roster.
Well, he's an explosive athlete. I mean, he's maybe the best athlete that they've had at quarterback since Kane Coulter in 2012, 2013. I mean, the interesting thing here is that Northwestern has a receiving core that is in pretty good shape for the first time in a number of years.
Rittenberg's concern is acclimating right into this new passing game.
I really think this is a question of, does the system fit the quarterback at the end of his career? So teams are also going to force him to make tough throws into tight windows, and that's the big unknown with him. He hasn't consistently thrown the ball at an accurate level throughout his career.
While Wright knows he cannot be perfect on every throw, he looks forward to being a part of the Northwestern program in his final year of college football.
Positionally, I'm a quarterback, so naturally everybody's kind of looking at you. You got to be able to lead by example. But that's something I'm really willing to do and I'm eager to do. I'll miss a go route here and there, I'll make a bad throw. But, at the end of the day, I'm going to give my all to this university and this football team. And so that's one thing that will never be in question.
Everybody already knows my door will always be open for you guys. That'll never stop. I don't care how old you are. I hope to God that as you guys continue to walk in here, you guys keep walking in here more progressive every day than you did the opposite way. I don't want to see any of you guys settle. That's not what I want for anybody in here.
Christopher Marquez is the owner and master trainer at U Fitness. But when you step inside his doors, those titles change.
What was this, Coach? We know what we're doing.
I see Coach Chris as like a cool uncle that you could stop by and you could talk to him about whatever and he'll be there to listen.
He's a trainer, he's a coach, he's a mentor, he's our to-go person when we're feeling down, when we feel like we're not motivated because of personal stuff.
He's a father figure for me, honestly.
The unique bond inside this fitness center is one to behold, one that emphasizes openness and unity. Cynthia De Leon experienced that firsthand when she and her partner Sam were hired as the gym's newest trainers.
He's always saying, come in, whatever you want, this is your home. He has a wall where he puts everybody's names on there. He had us write our name there the second time we came. U
Fitness offers one-on-one workouts, group classes, yoga, and memberships. However, where Chris Marquez thrives most, where everything comes full circle for the 47-year-old, is in his work with the youth.
It amazes me that he's been through that much and he still is the way he is, how energetic, how awesome he is.
I am a product of the foster care system as a child. I went through the foster care system. I've done a stint homeless alone in San Diego for a small stint at a young age of 12. From the outside, you look at me and I look like everything that wasn't going to make it.
15 years later, that perception never changed.
I've been pretty successful in my life, in my jobs, in my career, and what I've done. But that other side, that nightlife, that party life, the things I were doing, shows the toxicity of how I felt about myself. Because I wasn't managing myself well. I was almost 300 pounds, smoked a pack of cigarettes a day, I was smoking weed, I was drinking.
His friend and business partner Ben Vasquez witnessed this side of Marquez more than anyone else.
So we had a big mirror in our apartment, and we were going out one day. He walked past the mirror, and then he went back, and he's like, am I that big? And I'm like, dude, yeah, you haven't noticed? And he's like, no. And that was the first time I saw the light clicked in his head. It was almost as if he realized that something is going wrong.
The two lived together when Marquez began to change his life. Vasquez recalls his roommate starting a routine of waking up at 2 a.m. to work out, going to his job after, and being in bed by 7 p.m. All of this for no improvements.
Why are you waking up still unhappy? You lost pounds, you look great. Everybody's giving you, what are you unhappy about? I was still blaming people. I was still in this rut where everything around me was everybody else's fault. And I think that a lot of us suffer from that identity crisis, right? That we're not sure who we are. We're too busy blaming everybody and everything when the solution is always right in front of us. Control the controllables. And I wanted to start to do that. So as U Fitness started to become U Fitness, it really was me. It was me against me.
He took the word motivation out and he put determination into his vocabulary. So he was determined to transform his life.
Their business has been up and running for about a year and a half. But within the last 9 weeks, that business has become a second home for students at the Aspira School of Business and Finance located in Humboldt Park, the neighborhood that both Vasquez and Marquez grew up in.
Coming from outside the school, like if you got a bad environment at home or somewhere, you come in here, it's like a fresh breath of air, you know. You come in here, nobody's judging you, we're all like family, we talk to each other, chill with each other, listen to music, work out. It's cool. It's a whole different environment from outside.
So I remember when we started looking back into this community, we wanted to put our flag on this community and say we're going to be a positive space that we could take young people and give them a whole different experience.
Marquez trains the students for sports programs that were just recently created at their high school, but his favorite part of the interaction stems from outside the weight room.
We're losing communication in our youth. We're losing the ability to communicate with them, and that's a problem. Whenever I get a chance to give them one of my experiences, or even better yet, take one of the experiences of theirs and shuffle it and break it down to a point where they're like, that makes a lot of sense. I laugh, I'm like, good, so are we gonna do it again? No, sir. And that's the beauty of it, is to watch the potential grow. Watching the seed that you plant slowly start to grow is the best feeling I get when I work with youth.
The partnership has also motivated the kids to follow in Marquez's footsteps.
The new program that he's gonna open up, the nonprofit organization, I wanna work there. I wanna be incorporated in.
Opening a nonprofit organization is just one goal Marquez has for U Fitness, something that will continue allowing him to impact the lives of the youth in a way he never experienced.
I don't know who I would be if my mom didn't burn me with an iron that day when I was 5. I don't know who I would be if I didn't go through foster care and fight so many kids. I don't know who I would be if I didn't meet my foster father, and who I would be if I wasn't homeless. With all of those different cultures, those definitely define me. My ability of self-adaptation and to adapt in any environment is because I went through all of those different spots at a young age with nobody to hold my hand. I love the fact that I have that in me. It's the one thing I think these kids see in me, is that I don't know how to say something that I don't feel or think.
Another goal includes expanding facilities into the remaining open areas in the building, both for educational and physical development. An expensive aspiration, but one that continues developing the purpose that Marquez found not so long ago.
I have never made so little money in my life. I have never, the moment I became an entrepreneur, I became broke. I've never been happier in my life.
His happiness and energy has transformed U Fitness into more than just a gym, a place that his trainers, clients, and students call home.
So make sure who you are, swear to God.
For Medill Reports in Humboldt Park, I'm Caleb Nixon.